Assalamu alaikum students, I hope you all are doing well. Students, today we are going to start unit 4, that is data communication. In this unit we will talk about the data communication concepts, and some of the terminologies of data communication will be discussed in this unit. Further, we will also see some of the transmission mechanisms or transmission methods that we will study in this unit. For now, in this lesson, we will study some of the data communication terminologies.
Data communication. Data communication is the exchange of data between devices. Normally, those devices are computers, where some form of transmission medium such as wire cable, wireless system, microwave system and satellite system, etc. Different types of mediums are used, whether they are wireless mediums or wired mediums, and the devices are used normally those are computers or mobile phones or any other communicating devices. The following devices must be the part of a communication system. The communication system may consist of hardware and software. Both things are essential for a proper communication system, whether it is hardware or software. If there is a hardware but not software, our communication system is incomplete and it's not functional. And if there is a software and the hardware is missing, so still our communication system is not functional and it is incomplete. In data communication, data is transmitted electronically from one system to another to the other system using standard methods. Different methods are used for different communication networks or different types of communications. A common example of data communications would be the personal computer, that we call it PC in short, connecting to the internet with a modem. It's a common example of data communication that we use to connect our computers, our personal computers, with the modem for using internet, in which users establish a communication between a PC and many hundred computers on the internet. Whatever the information, whatever the websites that we are surfing or that we are searching on the internet, that is actually we are communicating with the other computers somewhere located, and we are accessing the resources which are stored on them. So that is establishing a communication between a PC and many hundred computers on the internet. Now we will discuss some of the data communication terminologies that we will be using throughout this unit, so you must know it. First term is data. In computing, data is any raw facts and figures given to the computer as input for processing. And another definition for data is that any unprocessed or meaningless facts and figures are called data, because they are not processed and they have got no meanings, so they are called data. The processed form of data is called information. When the data is processed, it becomes information, and information is always a meaningful thing, and decisions can be taken on the basis of information. Data can be in the form of text, numbers, graphics, sounds and videos. In communication, data is translated into a form that is more convenient to move or process. The second terminology is data transmission. First is data and the second is data transmission. Data transmission means sending and receiving data through transmission medium. Transmission medium means whether a wired medium or wireless medium. The transmission medium Mediums include cables, that is telephone lines or fiber optics, etc., or wireless medium like microwaves, infrared and satellite, etc. The data can be transmitted from one place to another in the form of electromagnetic or light waves through communication medium. Like for example, if we are using a fiber optic cable, so we know that fiber optic carries signals in the form of light waves. So different communication mediums can be used for the transmission of data from one place to another. The electromagnetic or light waves representing data are called signals. So the general name or the generic term which is used for those waves, different types of waves, those are called signals. Data communication signals can be in analog or digital form. These are the two possible forms of signals used for data communication, whether it is analog or digital. Third terminology, we have that analog signal. The continuous signals in wave form are called analog signals. The continuous signals in wave form are called analog signals, as shown in the figure. The transfer of data from one place to another in the form of analog signals or in the form of continuous wave is called analog data transmission. The analog signal consists of a continuous electrical wave. The continuous data means where the fractional points are also included. The light waves, sound waves and radio waves are examples of analog signals. Light waves, sound waves and radio waves, those are analog signals. Somewhere the signals are strong and somewhere the signals are weak, and they have two maximum points. The transmission through telephone line, microwave system or satellite is the example of analog data transmission. So telephone lines and satellite communication, they use analog signals because they can cover a very large distance and they can travel a large distance so normally for long distance communication we use analog signals. So the figure of analog signal is shown here. Data communication terminology, and the last terminology is digital signal. A digital signal consists of individual and discrete electrical impulses that represent bits grouped together into bytes. Here we do not have the fractional values in a signal, whether the signal is 1, the value of the signal is 1, or whether it is 0. These are the two possible values that a signal may have in digital signals, whether it is 1 or 0. Computer accepts and processes data in the form of digital signals. Now we know that computer is a electronic device, and it processes or it works on digital data only, or it can process only the digital data or binary data, which is always represented in the form of zeros and ones. So the signals which are going to be processed by a computer, they must be converted into digital signals before processed by the computer. So in digital, the digital signal is always represented by zeros and ones, as shown here in the figure. The transfer of data from one place to another in the form of digital signals is called digital data transmission. Data is also transmitted from one computer to another through telephone lines, microwave system or satellite. and for that purpose you already know that we use modem. Modem cards are used for this purpose, so that the digital signal which are going to be sent to another computer via telephone lines or satellite computers, satellite communication systems, so those are converted into analog signals with the help of modem. In this system, a modem is used on both sides. As I told you, a modem is an electronic device that can convert the analog signals to digital, and vice versa, means that the analog signals can be converted into digital, and further the digital signals are converted into analog. And the figure is shown here in this diagram. You can see that the signal has got only two possible values, whether it is 1 represents the on signal and 0 represents the off signal. So that is the digital signal. So these were some of the terminologies related to data communication. You must remember and memorize and know the meanings of these.
Okay, so these were some of the data communication terminologies that we will be using throughout this unit. If you have any question, you can ask me in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe my channel Computer Tuition Academy. Thanks a lot. Take care. Allah Hafiz.